Assalamualaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our headlines for tonight. Premier Sarawak Datuk Peninggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg miles on establishing trust economy to build strong networks. And Ministry of Communications and Digital vouches for better connectivity in Sarawak. Plus, Montana's ban on TikTok sparks different reactions. With me, Yusuf Shukri for TVS Nightline. Our top story for tonight, Montana's TikTok ban has resulted in a swift and broad reaction by Americans as users and critics weigh in with views ranging from agreement to concern and skepticism. This in turn led 5 TikTok users in Montana to file a lawsuit in federal court seeking to block the ban as they believe the ban violates their First Amendment rights.
David Shavnis, an associate professor of cybersecurity at Northeastern University, feels the ban will be difficult to enforce.
It's just not really enforceable. So one of the main issues is that the internet was not designed with jurisdictional boundaries in mind. A very good question here is, given that you're running on a mobile device, there's sensors, there's GPS sensors, they can figure out where you are. There's potentially your phone number, which might give away something about where you're located as well. There's all kinds of other sensitive information. I'm sure your address is somewhere on your phone. And so you might think, well, why not just send that data along to Apple or Google or TikTok and let them go ahead and have that ground truth information to be able to enforce this ban? That sounds great in principle, but it is a privacy nightmare.
At the same time, Jenna Leventoff, Senior Policy Counsel for the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, said there are many factors to consider around the ban, including the impact on small businesses in Montana.
Throughout our history, the government has always used national security concerns to justify violations of our free speech rights. It's the oldest trick in the book to try to justify taking away the speech of Americans, and that's why it's something that we need to fight. We can't just accept the idea that something is bad for national security and therefore it justifies limiting our speech. However, people are concerned. They're concerned about losing their access to this app, especially small business owners. I've heard from people in Montana that use TikTok to access customers across the country. It's a really small state. The customer base is small. They need TikTok to, build a business.
However, some Montana residents cautiously agree with the ban, citing serious and inherent risks with TikTok.
It sounds like there's some very serious risks with using it and the information that's being collected from it. And so after hearing about it and then doing some research and learning a little bit more, I think I agree with it.
It seems like a good thing, yeah. If it's something that's stealing people's information, yeah, it's probably a good thing.
Shortly after Montana Governor Greg Gianforte signed the bill, TikTok said Montana's ban infringes on the First Amendment rights of the people of Montana by unlawfully banning TikTok and said it will continue working to defend the rights of our users inside and outside of Montana. TikTok has repeatedly denied that it has ever shared data with the Chinese government and has said the company would not do so if asked.
The Ministry of Communications and Digital will strengthen cooperation with the Sarawak government in addressing internet issues. And its Minister Fahmi Fazil said among the issues are the multitudes of erected but inoperative telecommunications tower, or better known as naked towers.
Utama ialah isu internet. Itu yang kita akan fokus. Beberapa masalah prasarana, isu kita ada menara-menara tapi tidak ada kuali, ya. Jadi ini antara perkara yang memang kita tahu, sedar, dan hari ini adalah untuk meneliti beberapa perkara untuk segera menyelesaikan.
He added that there are over 600 telecommunications towers erected by the Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation, but fewer than half of that number are in operation.
Ada setengah daripada menara-menara ini berada di kawasan yang ada liputan 4G sekarang. Jadi dia untuk menambah kemudahan. Ada yang belum. Ya, maksudnya di kawasan yang tidak ada liputan 4G. Jadi kita sedang meneliti beberapa ikhtiar untuk segera menyelesaikan masalah ini, termasuk memanggil MNO, mobile network operator ataupun syarikat-syarikat telco ini, serta memberi pengarahan. Ya, MC boleh memberi pengarahan, ini yang kita sedang teliti, dan insya-Allah dalam masa terdekat kita akan buat pengumuman tentang perkara ini.
He said this prior to paying a courtesy call to Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng at the Sarawak Legislative Assembly complex earlier today.
Now, identity theft is ranked as one of the World Economic Forum's or WEF's top concerns as the world moves forward into digitalization. In addressing this, Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng, proposed to establish the Sarawak Digital Identity Platform. During the launching of the Asia Pacific Cybersecurity Conference, or ASPEC 2023, he said the identity networks and authentication methods are very fragmented in Sarawak, since every organization has its own ways of determining how individuals are authenticated in their network. Therefore, he said the Sarawak Digital Identity Platform will serve as a central, verifiable platform of trust for the purpose of verifying the identity of individuals on the internet. On to our next news, Sarawak's Governor, His Excellency Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud, and his wife, Tuan Puan Datuk Patinggi Ragat Kurdi Taib, along with the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng, are scheduled to attend the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah's state-level birthday ceremony in Miri. Minister of Transport Sarawak, Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin, said the event will take place on June 4th and 5th.
Antara jemputan yang jawatan kuasa kami telah menyampaikan ialah kepada Tuan Yang Utama dan juga kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak dan juga Timbalan Premier dan Menteri-Menteri dan juga Timbalan Menteri Premier Sarawak, dan ada lain juga orang-orang kenamaan termasuk juga ketua-ketua masyarakat dan ketua-ketua jabatan.
Lee spoke after paying a courtesy call to Taib at his residence in Demak Jaya. Mass prayer, Yasin recitation, Zikir Mahrabat, and Thanksgiving prayer ceremony will take place on June 4th. High tea ceremony will be held the following day, where a special video will be shown alongside the ceremonial Pulut Kuning cutting ceremony.
The Minister of Communications and Digital, Fahmi Fazil, rectified complaints from people who had difficulties purchasing tickets due to the ill involvement of scalpers. He affirms that the ministry will call up the organizer of the Coldplay concert to take place in November to have a clear idea of their ticketing system and procedures.
Antara perkara yang mungkin kita akan teliti ialah cara tiket itu dibeli, sama ada perlu ada sekatan ataupun syarat-syarat yang dicadangkan ataupun dikenakan terhadap penganjur-penganjur, ataupun melihat kepada kesesuaian keadaan. Dan bagi MC semestinya isu platform digital yang mungkin menjadi platform ulat tiket. Ini yang kita sedang teliti. Ramai yang menyatakan rasa tidak puas hati. Kita sedang teliti apa peruntukan undang-undang yang ada, sekiranya perlu kita ambil tindakan.
Fahmi reminded the public to only purchase tickets from legitimate and official outlets to prevent any untoward issues.
Hajj pilgrims are reminded to prepare themselves both physically and mentally for the hot weather in Madinah. Madinah Chief Operating Officer Ashraf Shamsuddin said that the temperature in Madinah has now reached 40 degrees Celsius during the day and 26 at night.
Ashraf also said that the weather in Saudi Arabia is hot and dry compared to Malaysia, which is also hot but humid.
Pihak Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia khususnya telah menasihati kepada semua jemaah haji untuk sentiasa meminum air kosong khususnya, dan sentiasa berada di tempat yang tidak terdedah kepada cahaya matahari ataupun cuaca panas, tidak memakai pakaian yang terlalu ketat. Ini menjadikan jemaah haji ini tidak selesa, dan sentiasalah untuk merujuk kepada pasukan perubatan tabung haji sekiranya terdapat apa-apa permasalahan kesihatan supaya ianya dapat dicegah ataupun dikenal pasti dengan lebih awal.
Furthermore, Ashraf mentioned that for the first phase, a total of 45 flights carrying Malaysian Hajj pilgrims will gradually land at Prince Mohammed Abdulaziz International Airport starting from May 21st. In total, 14,000 pilgrims will arrive in Medina gradually, where they will be accommodated in 3 buildings in Medina for a period of 6 days before departing for Makkah.
Now on to some news from today's Dun sitting. Kabong Assemblyman Muhammad Chi Kadir urges the state government to expedite the Ulu Roban water supply project, in which 6 longhouses in the constituency are yearning for better access to water supply. He also suggested increasing the raw water intake at Licho to adequately meet the needs of the people during prolonged drought conditions. This is following the complaints of water disruption experienced by several villages in Kabong during the recent Hari Raya celebration.
Amat menyedihkan kerana ketika itulah air amat-amat diperlukan. Adalah diharapkan agar pihak JEBAB sentiasa peka akan keperluan asas rakyat Kabong. Walaupun bekalan air bertambah baik di Kabong, namun bekalan berterusan 24 jam belum dapat dicapai. Bekalan ditutup jam 10 malam dan hanya akan dibuka semula sebelum subuh.
Meanwhile, Muhammad Chi also calls for the frequent disruption of power outages in Kabong to be dealt with, as such has tested the patience of the residents in Kabong. He said such issue has also led to the disruption of telecommunication services at the area. Chi Kadir noted that he had engaged with SESCO senior management in regards to the frequent blackouts.
Pihak SESCO telah memberi banyak penjelasan berkaitan kenapa blackout kerap kali berlaku dan berjanji akan menyiasat puncanya, dan adalah diharapkan satu tindakan intervensi akan diambil agar bekalan tidak terputus dan sentiasa stabil.
He said this when debating the King's speech at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly Dun sitting earlier on Friday. Individual temporary documents without citizenship, or better known as D6, issued by the Sarawak government to eligible stateless children have a validity of 2 years from the date of application. Minister of Women, Family and Community Development Sarawak, Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah, stressed that the document is specifically to facilitate the holders' access to education and health in Sarawak, and it is not a Malaysian citizenship document.
Dan ianya bukan dokumen kewarganegaraan Malaysia. Ianya juga tidak memberi hak atau janji untuk pemberian kewarganegaraan Malaysia kepada pemegangnya. Permohonan pelanjutan boleh dilakukan sekiranya pemegang masih belum memperoleh kewarganegaraan. Dan D6 perlu dikembalikan ke kementerian kami sebaik sahaja pemegang memperolehi kewarganegaraan dan kad pengenalan.
She said this in response to an additional question by Bukit Aseh Assemblyman Joseph Chiang during the question and answer session at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly on Friday. Fatimah also listed the requirements for DSITKS applications, including that the individual must be 21 years old or below, born in Sarawak, with one of their biological parents being a Malaysian citizen and a resident of Sarawak. Applicants must also possess a birth certificate registered in Sarawak. Citizenship status is not determined and applies for Malaysian citizenship under Article 15A of the Federal Constitution.
The Sarawak Craft Council Bill 2023 passed in the State Legislative Assembly Dun sitting on Monday marks a milestone towards the commitment in promoting and preserving the state's cultural heritage. Hence, local industry players under the Sarawak Craft Council, SCC, lauded the move as it will be the key to realizing the potential of the industry.
For Atelier Society Sarawak advisor Edric Ong, the move was to ensure that the industry network can be expanded further.
But this particular bill will further empower Sarawak Craft Council, and therefore in empowering the Sarawak Craft Council, it will also enable the council to further assist and to support the different craft communities of Sarawak and to put Sarawak further on the world map. Because even as Kuching is World Crafts Council city for crafts, but we need to further network and to make known about the beauty of our crafts of Sarawak.
The Rani of Sarawak Creative and Project Director, Datin Rosemary Wong, said the latest initiative from the Sarawak government is seen as a way to promote local crafts to the global area.
They can act as a form of communication, storytelling of beliefs and values from generation to generation. The Sarawak Craft Council should be the state authority to advance and encourage the creation and conservation of works of fine craftsmanship, be it traditional or modern contemporary, and to foster and promote those works to the world. The Craft Council can take the lead for craft in education and skill development within the state. The Craft Council then works with local institutions and national and international creative organizations and institutions to make our creative industry more accessible to the wider communities.
The Sarawak craft industry plays a vital role in enhancing the socio-economy of locals, especially in the rural areas. In 2022, the said industry recorded a revenue of 22 million ringgit.
Coming up right after the break, prioritizing health imperative for a happier society, right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, a healthy society is the cornerstone of a thriving and prosperous nation. Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development Deputy Minister Dr. Ripin bin Lamat said, beyond the immediate crisis, there are broader reasons why prioritizing health should be a top concern for individuals, communities and governments alike. Hence, in a world facing numerous challenges, one undeniable truth remains: health is of utmost importance.
Today, we gather here not only to raise awareness about the importance of leading a healthy lifestyle, but also to provide a channel for our community to come together, engage in physical activities, and learn how to better care for our health. It is through events like this that we can inspire individuals and families to make positive choices and take charge of their own health.
He said this when officiating the launch of Carnival Hari #Caring Kesehatan event organized by Caring Pharmacy at Viva City Mega Mall Kuching on Friday. Adding further, Dr. Ripin said the foundation of a fulfilling life begins with good health, as healthy individuals tend to be more productive in their personal and professional lives.
This carnival event serves as a reminder that health is not just an absence of illness, but a holistic state of physical, mental, and social well-being. I encourage each and every one of you to explore different aspects of health, learn new ways to enhance your well-being, and make conscious choices that contribute to a healthier lifestyle.
Hence, he urged the public to continue to prioritize their health for the betterment of their families, communities, and the state.
In the same development, two prominent players in the pharmaceutical industry, Caring Pharmacy and Jom Pharmacy, announced their merger in creating a powerful and innovative force in the healthcare sector. Caring Pharmacy's Managing Director Chong Yo Siang said the strategic partnership aims to leverage on their expertise, resources and networks to enhance patient care, expand services and drive advancement in the rapidly evolving field of pharmacy.
I think our mission is quite similar. That's to provide professional, accessible and affordable pharmacy care to the community we serve. So we believe that if join hand, we can give a better value and greater impact to the community. So there is a history, and then now we are happily cowing the two brands, Jom and Caring.
Speaking to reporters during the launch of Carnival Hari, #Caring Kesehatan, Chong said the merger is set to become one of the largest pharmacy chains. These would serve a larger customer base, providing increased convenience and accessibility to patients in urban, suburban, and rural areas.
Like I said, I think Caring, our mission is always want to take the pharmacy care service of Malaysia to another level. So with the opportunity to able to work with Jom Pharmacy, we hope that we are able to raise the pharmacy standard in Sarawak, and then give a better, more professional, affordable, high-quality pharmacy care. This is our wish. And also we need to expand our service to more Sarawakian. Now we have 13 in Kuching, and we hope that we will continue to expand, not only in Kuching, but the secondary town in other Sarawak.
As such, he reiterated that the merger represents a significant development in the pharmaceutical industry, poised to reshape the delivery of healthcare services, enhance patient experiences, and drive future innovations. On the same development, 5 Sarawakian public schools were the beneficiaries of the One Shop, One School Caring Pharmacy Corporate Social Responsibility Program. Its marketing director, Lu Joy Leng, said the schools, namely SJK Chunghua Stapo, SJKC Chunghua Sungai Moyan, SJK Chunghua No. 2, SJKC Sam Hap Hin, and SJKC Stampin. This aims to further showcase their support of the local community in creating health awareness and reducing the expenditure burden of public schools.
So, One Shop, One School, as what I mentioned earlier, is the project we started in 2017, where we want to actually help the school in terms of the supplies as a subsidies of first aid supplies and also other medical supplies, so that the school can access this service easily. And why it's called One Shop, One School, because our aim is to have one of our store supporting one store, one school, public school nearby. Okay, so for this round, we have chosen 5 schools in Sarawak to be the beneficiaries, and we will have more in the futures, especially with more stores to open. So we hope by doing this, we can lighten the the financial burden from the school. And at the same time also, we like to organize more activity, especially.
The company also subsidized a total of 6,000 ringgit and 20 units of first aid kits to the 5 schools, allowing them a worry-free space to teach and learn. He further added that local Sarawak schools can expect more of such donations for years to come.
And onto some global updates. The financial toll of the El Nino phenomenon lingers for years and costs trillions in lost income worldwide, a new research has revealed, reported by German news agency DPA. El Nino describes the warming of surface waters in the eastern Pacific Ocean that alters air and water currents worldwide.
Researchers at the United States Dartmouth College looked at global economic activity in the decades following the 1982 to 1983 and 1997 to 1998 El Nino events and found a persistent signature of slowed economic growth more than 5 years later. The study, published in the journal Science, found the global economy bled $4.1 trillion and $5.7 trillion in the half-decade after each of the events, most of it borne by the world's poorest nations in the tropics. Researchers Justin Mankin and Christopher Callahan project that global economic losses for the 21st century will amount to $84 trillion as climate change potentially amplifies the frequency and strength of El Nino. The El Nino predicted for 2023 could hold the global economy back by as much as $3 trillion by 2029. Meanwhile, researcher Justin Mankin commented that estimated costs of global warming had to be included in the impact of El Nino. El Nino usually brings severe drought in Australia, parts of Africa and South America, and heavy rainfall along the U.S. Pacific coast.
And that wraps it up for TVS Nightline. Just a reminder, Unity Week starts tomorrow, and we'll be broadcasting our news bulletins live on location from the Kuching waterfront. So head on to our booths and you'll get a chance to meet TVS personalities, and you can see if you got what it takes to be a news anchor or TV host. So mark your calendar on May 20th and May 26th, and we'll see you there, okay? I am Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching tonight's TVS Nightline. Assalamualaikum and good night.